everyone, this is the Beer Watcher. It is November 3rd, 2017, and I would like to talk about the pink skies and some of the distraction that we've seen, like in London, the pink sky phenomenon. Isn't it interesting? They call this a phenomenon, and in this article here, these were some of the pink lights that appeared, but there's also pink skies. I like to make that discernment, and this very well have been debunked because they're all freaking out because they're seeing pink lights and shining in the sky like we see in these photos, and mystery solved. Everybody go home, nothing to fear, because it was Breast Cancer Awareness Week. They chose to use pink and broadcast in the skies. What a great distraction. This was happening on October 21st, though. This was more recent. But what they did mention was the whole sky turned pink for a very short period of time. And I have caught this on, well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different cameras, and there could have been much more. So let's get into it. This pink skies covering over Europe. So some of these are very dramatic and some are pretty slight. But one thing you will see is it only lasts for roughly 10 minutes. That blows me away. Look at this. Thumbnails from this camera taken over in Switzerland. See anything wrong with this picture? You can see at 7:10. See over here. And for just 10 minutes, the sky went pink and back to normal again. Well, let's just look at that real quick. It's pretty dramatic. Wow. So here we are, and we're going to go forward in time. Go back. We got the pink skies. We go back. It's a little bit slow. And we got normal. Somewhat normal skies. Look at that, 10 minutes. While at the same time, I want you to notice the date here. This is November 1st at 7 a.m. at the same time. Look what's happening over in France. 30 minutes before this event appears, we get a flash of white light. And we're going to see this pattern on several cameras. So it's 6 o'clock. Let's bring up the camera. Exposure times and all this fun stuff here. ISO speed. Okay, so at 6 o'clock, we get the flash of light. We get what appears to be normal skies. And then we're going to get the pink skies. Look at that, pink. And then back to normal. Just 10 minutes. Let's roll through that one once more. Let's go back. Okay, so we're just going to flash between the two shades of colors here. That's amazing, right? 7 o'clock, 10 minutes. I've seen this with my own eyes. It's happening almost every morning. Just go out and watch it just before the sunrise. You're going to get this flash of pink and then go back to normal. Sometimes a little longer and sometimes more purple than pink. And eventually it's going to be red. Remember the timestamp. Now this is over in Italy. Again, 6:20. Okay, I will leave links to all this stuff. Okay, so this is not Photoshop. You can go and do this yourself. And why would you want to Photoshop all these in the same camera? Photoshop. That's just, I can't believe people want to say Photoshop, but let's go. Okay, so 6:20. Go back. We get to 6:20, we get the flash of light. We get almost near normal looking skies. And then we're going to get at 7 o'clock, we get the flash of pink near the same time. Look at the pink there. You see that? We get a flash of light, the pink, and then pretty much back to normal. Next camera. This is in I believe Austria. So here we have the flash of white light at 6:20, just like the other cameras. It goes dark again. Let me go back. Okay, 6:20. We've got 6 o'clock. It's dark. We get the flash of bright light at 6:20. It gets to almost near normal skies. And then at 7 o'clock, it turns. This one is not a dramatic other, but you do have the pink skies in this one particular frame. Now just hang on. The skies are going to get more dramatic, but it's this. Some of these cameras are not as subtle, or subtle. So here we go in, I believe, Denmark. We have the 5:30 dark skies. Then at 6 o'clock, 6:30, we get the flash of white light. That's just 10-minute difference from the other cameras at the same time. This is all November 1st. On 12 cameras. Then at 6:40, we get the pink skies. More pink skies, and then back to normal. You see the time frames here. Notice the date stamp. And then we get over in Denmark on a similar camera. You know, they can't hide this thing for longer. Let's see if we had the flash of white light on this camera near the 6:20 time frame. Oh, look. So it was dark. At 6:20, the cameras got brightened up. It got dim again. And then we get the pink skies. And then suddenly turn normal at 7:10. 10 minutes of intensely pink skies. Look at that. Back and forth. See that? All happening near 6:40, 7:50, or 7 o'clock. So between Denmark, that's a pretty big pink light, wouldn't you think? We're going from Italy, Denmark, Austria, excuse me. Now we have another one camera in Denmark. There's your pink sky at 7 o'clock. And the next frame, back to normal. See that? Some of it's more subtle. When the planetary object appears, always in the morning, must be in front of the sun. Let's look at that. Let's see if we get the flash of white light on this one. Wow. That's incredible. Call that light whatever you want. The argument is, why are we getting pink skies? And sometimes almost purple. So here we have the sudden brightness at 6:20. It goes dim. Then comes the pink skies. Right there. Pinkish purple. And then just for 10 minutes, and it goes normal. And another camera in Denmark. Try it not to labor the point. Let's see if we have the flash of light on this camera. Kind of hard to do Photoshop. You could look at my URL. You could see the time signature that these are live active pages, right? I mean, this would have to be one heck of a hoax for me, especially when I'm leaving you links to go look at the stuff yourself. So look at that flash of light, 6:20. See the timestamp on the URL right up here? 6:20. And then it goes dark again. And then we're going to get I guess I was wrong about this camera. I was yeah, okay, you're right. Somewhat pink skies. That one's pretty weak. Sorry. How about this one? This one's pretty dramatic. Pink skies. It was pretty much normal looking at 5:30. Got a little pink. We had the flash of bright light. It went dim again. Why would it do that? I mean, it doesn't the sun just come up and just gradually just get brighter and brighter and brighter? Why is it always flashing? You're going to blame that on all 12 cameras? Wow. Well, the hues in this one aren't as dramatic. Let's look at some of these other. I do have one that really sticks out. So I'm glad you stuck with me this long. I want you to point out the 6:50 time frame here, and we can see that at 7 o'clock we had normal skies. It went pink, and at 6:40 we had normal skies. 6:50 it went pink. These are the thumbnails, and then at 7 o'clock we went normal again. And we can just go on and on. You can see a long history of sudden pink skies in these thumbnail history. Look, we can see it here at 8:15 at sunset. It's doing the same thing. Let's just go hop onto another camera. Losing track. Check this one out at this thumbprint. So we had at 7:30 we had normal skies. We've got pink skies at 7:40, and then 7:50 it goes back to normal again. There's nothing but normal on this. Look at that. So let's go back to the Switzerland camera, and we can see the timestamp here at top. It's 2017. This is October 29th, going a little further back in time at nearly 8 o'clock. We can see here at 7:30 we had normal skies, 10 minutes of pink skies and purple, and then back to normal at 7:50. Let's just go back in the image history and see if we can find more things like this. You can do this yourself. Again, I will leave links. You can do your own investigation. This is not Photoshop. Anybody's done these kind of videos, you'd see incredibly difficult to try and present Photoshop just to scare people. That's not my MO. I'm here to show you what's happening in our skies. Yeah. So for the sake of time, I had to scroll further back in the event history on the thumbnails. You can see that here on October 16th, and we're looking at the 7:30 time frame in the morning. Notice the flash of the 10 whole minutes. That's probably how long it takes for one of the objects to pass in front of the sun as this thing is coming up. It's only for a flash, right? Like, think about what could possibly cause all the skies to flash pink for 10 minutes on 12 different cameras. And this has been going on for a long time. Look at that. And the pinks seem to be getting more dramatic and more obvious, and a little darker, a little more purple. Soon it's going to be red. I have done videos on this in the past, but I lost them. But they were red completely, turning the cameras red. There was fog, and it just turned it completely red. Wow. Let's see if we can find some more of these. Go back in the history again. So I thought I would try a different angle and keep showing you, the same way of showing you Planet X. Let's just look at it from a whole new angle. Let's just go back in image history and start looking for other patterns. So I went back a little further in the image history. Now I found some shortcuts. Now that we got a time frame, it seems to come around 7:37. So let's just look at this real quick. Let's see what happens when we see just before this event. I'm doing this live, right? You can see as I click here, the URL's changing. That's one heck of a Photoshop. But let's go back. Okay, so there we got the sudden pink skies, right? Let's go, keep going. Pink skies goes back to normal. And then, let's see. Let me do it this way. So we see the thumbnail, 7:40. We got the pink skies. 7:20 went back to normal. Going up, okay. Need to go further back in time, because I want to show you our little friend here. I think some of you know what I'm talking about. So 7:50 at night, 7 o'clock. What do you think's caused the pink skies? Well, I think we have our answer. Look at this object here. Well. You think that might be causing the pink skies after all? The red iron oxide dust tail gets in front of the sun. Look at the size of that thing. Yeah, that's smudges and spiders. Yeah, hi little spider, how you doing? Look what happens shortly after the spider. We get the pink skies, and it disappears. Huh. Wow. Well, that's a pretty impressive little spider. It can change the whole sky to pink, bright pink. That's pretty amazing. Let's see what else we can find in the image history here. I'm going to go back in time. Let me fast forward as far as spare you the sake of watching me click my mouse. Okay, so I went back a little further back in the past. We're now on October 10th. This time, it's still at 7:30. Look at this. We're still getting this little flash of pink. So the pattern I see is we've got an object coming just before sunrise. We get a flash of light. The skies go back to normal, and then we get a flash of pink, and then it goes back to normal. Oh, and just look at them just chemtrail the sky. Look at all these plane tracks. Wow. So let me go further back in time. Okay, so we found another one. This time it's happening at 7 o'clock at night for 10 minutes. See right here? Yeah, I see that. You see a sudden change in color to pink. Huh. Well, that's about sunset. Sunrise and sunset. That's when we've been always seeing it. Isn't that the new pattern? Absolutely. Look at the date here. It's October 8th. Going just back in time. I'm just stopping the video and showing you the timestamp here. Then here we have another 10-minute pink sky. Let me pause the recorder and find some more back in the history on the same camera. So now I want to show you something that watch me scroll through the thumbnails and see what normal days even look like these chemtrailed skies here. Now we're all the way back to September 29th at 10 o'clock, near the 10 o'clock time frame, and we can see no pink skies at all at sunrise. And we can quickly scroll through, show you how I do this. Oh, probably a neat little spider. Yep. And then here we get, again, another pink sky for 10 minutes. Look at that. Just for 10 minutes. Was that a normal day? Oh, look. And after the pink sky appearance, we've got this little visitor again. How convenient. Wow. Well, if you can't see my sarcasm now, but isn't it odd that every time we see the pink, many times that we see the pink skies, we get like this funny plasma spider looking thing in front of the camera lens? Yeah, look how many times it shows up on this thing. It's hanging out all over the place. And the spider just likes to hang right in the center of that camera too, with its plasma legs just dangling down. Yeah, so enough of that. So do we see anything out of the ordinary here? I mean, you know, when the sun sets, we should see gradual changes of colors. But pink shouldn't be one of them. And purple? You know, I've heard all the excuses to see some kind of sea gas or freaking virus, whatever, man. Taking up the whole sky. You know how many countries this thing covers? We've got Italy. We've got Germany. We've got France. We've got not Australia, but Austria, Denmark. Okay. Let's go back to this thumbnail history again and just take a look to see what looks normal. Please go and do this yourself. You know, you can see me just scrolling through these images. You know, this hardly is Photoshop. You can see I'm on a live website. You know, I can click on these. And very, very odd times we live in, but I propose to you that there is an object between us and the sun that's casting its shadow. It's pinkish, purplish shadow. First appearing pink, a very light pink to a darker pink to a purple, and if it thing gets close enough, it will be red with red iron oxide dust. See that? No pink skies. So I'll leave you with this image over in Italy that was taken just 2 days ago. A totally abnormal morning with a sudden flash of purple skies appears and disappears in just 10 minutes. There's your lucky number. Maybe a few little longer or less. These images have been snapshotted every 10 minutes, so it was relatively quick. I too have seen this with my own eyes. On the West Coast in the United States, if you get up probably an hour before the sunrise, you will see the same thing. This is absolutely not normal, but when it flashes for 10 minutes across all these cameras, even where England was freaking out about it, and they tried to debunk it with lights on a building. But look at that. Pink sky over London, October 23rd. This has been going on for a while. And they want to blame it on this, let's see, this party here. Yeah. These lights that were down on the ground, beaming its light. See, the entirety of the spot beam was right here. It was not up in the sky. Maybe some of that reflected a little bit up in the sky, but not like that. Think careful with a focused beam. You can see that the spotlight was focused, was right here and right here. Very little of it would have leaked up into the sky. And even if it did, it wouldn't have done this. Huh. Mystery solved, huh? Right. There's your daily news. Now, I'm not saying that this may have been caused by that, but it certainly would not have lit up the whole sky. Not like we see. This is not. I just think it's a psyop. I mean, look how that they're doing pink in the skies, right? And we're getting real pink skies from a celestial object. Anyways, please copy, like, and share this video. Have a blessed day.